Welcome to OWAD Today. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese, and welcome to a new week. This week, we're going to handle or process some more complicated shapes. As you can see, it's no longer boxy in the sense of that we can frame it in a certain way, but it still get half of the frame. Let's say the top is horizontal line, and the left side is almost a vertical line, but it's slanted toward the left. And here is the complicated looking part. So this thing is called a wu. It means fifth. However, the ancient version of it looks a little bit different. And the meaning has nothing to do with fifth, because fifth as a sequential number, that's number 5. Actually, it's after 甲乙丙丁 that we talked about a few weeks ago when we talked about 丙 as the number 3rd, right? Which was about how the heat was on the peak level as the sun gives the plant energy to grow. So that's the 3rd stage of a plant's life cycle. And this is the one after the grown up plant imagery. So ding, then is wu. But for the most part, Chinese would just use 甲乙丙丁. So I never really put the wu together with 甲乙丙丁. Okay, its origin has nothing to do with fifth, because fifth is a human concept. It's this sequence of the thing as a number 5. There was no such thing in nature for that. And as we're talking about the life's journey of a plant to signify 1, 2, 3, 4 stages. And then by the 4 stages, it's like life story is done. And then this is totally something new. This fifth came from the battle axe of ancient times. So before we have more advanced battles, and it has to be, I guess, metal against the human flesh. And this one was, I guess, a heavy hitter back then, battle. And this axe shape was now, in this case, opened up. So this top frame, top and the side, and this diagonal line actually was originally the axe shape. That's approximately a triangle shape. And then it's attached to the staff. Now it's kind of curved, but ancient times it probably is like a stick, right? You attach this metal piece at the top, and then here this hook thing probably was part of the design as something to pierce, something to damage the enemy. And so that this is Xu Shen's 2,000 years ago dictionary stylized that already, that the axe triangle shape was opened up so that this line actually fall off from the connected triangle. And then later on, when we look at this character, it became unrecognizable from its utility days, this wu originally from the battle axe, and it has nothing to do with number 5. And it's just culturally assigned it the name of the 5th. And here is a few examples. 物虚变法. Okay, if wu is number 5th, right? That's after 甲乙丙丁. All these map to the heavenly 10. So we have 10 numbers with a special Chinese character dedicated to each of the number. This is the 5th, which signify is the middle, is the strongest moment. And then 虚 is the 12th zodiac sign that map to the dog sign. That's almost the end of the 12th in the sequence of the zodiac animals. So 虚, we call it, 地支, earthly branch. Okay, so 天干 versus 地支, heavenly branch versus 地支. Wait, 天干, heavenly stem. Okay, stem is the main thing, right? The plant. And then 支 is the branch, the one kind of in a smaller scale than the stem. So heavenly stem, which is wu, and 虚 is earthly branch. All these are, expressions to show the significance in the ordering of things. And this dog symbol paired with the number fifths was pointing to the year, according to the ancient Chinese calendar, translated 1898 to the current calendar or international calendar. So 1898 was a special year that 变法 changed 法 the rule. So what rule was going to change? Well, it turned out it was a failed attempt for the ruling class themselves, basically the newer generation of ruling class against the older one, which was Cixi. You probably heard is a power figure in Chinese history, a woman that was the main decision maker. However, the son of the woman was the official emperor at the time, and the young emperor tried to change the rule with the, facility of intellectuals back then, intellectuals who saw Japan did it, make the reform and progressed, incorporated into the Western world successfully. So this young emperor tried to do the same. In 1898, it was attempted, but of course the old powerful ruling mechanism wiped them out. So that's 戊戌变法. So here is to show an example of a famous example of the particular year that we use the old heavenly stem plus earthly branch combination, and total we have a 60-year cycle. It's called a sexagranary calendar. So every 60 year we have another 戊戌. Okay. 戊晚 is, so because 戊 is fifths, right? So 戊晚 is a pentone. I hope I pronounce it right. But it's one of the structures. This one signifies the carbon. So 戊晚 means 5 carbons paired with hydrogens. So it's officially C5H12 structure. That's a 戊晚. And of course, we have 甲烷, 乙烷, 丙烷, 丁烷, 戊烷. All of them, we Chinese would use this first sequential Chinese characters without, using 1, 2, 3, 4. But we use this special Chinese character designated to the sequence. So 戊晚 would be the fifths with 5 carbon in the structure. Okay, 戊庚 戊 was also mapped to the timing of the day, and 戊庚庚 means change. Means a segment or session. Chinese ancient times, instead of 24 hours we cut a day into, used to be half of it, like 12. So every 2 hours was considered one segment. And then 戊庚 in particular would be from roughly 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. our time. So these are all ancient old ways that without checking, I wouldn't know. I don't remember what 戊庚 is. 戊晚 probably is more reasonable because I know 甲烷, but I don't know what is 戊晚. Then just by the sequence, I would be able to guess that. But 戊庚 is totally something culturally mapped. You wouldn't automatically know. Okay, so here is 戊 fifths, and we're going to talk a lot about other characters that look like 戊 this week. Thank you for your time. See you another day.